The gap at the top of the Premier League table is almost completely gone. Man City are now 2 points, just 2 points behind Arsenal, and right now they play the same number of games. So tomorrow's game between Arsenal and Tottenham is a must win for Arsenal. There's no other option. Man City are on an 8 game unbeaten streak. They've won their last four, probably even five by my calculations, but at least the last four. And City are looking like they are ready to go all the way till the end of the season. You know how City can be. They can win their next 11 games. It is very possible. Yes, this season has not been their greatest season, but they are starting to show the signs of a team that's ready to go all the way till the end of the season. And Pep has done it before. I think Pep can do it again. Arsenal have been in this situation before and they have somehow bottled it before. But is this different this time? Are Arsenal going to be able to do it this time? Tomorrow's game is going to be very, very, very important because they need to get 3 points at Tottenham at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. There is no other option for Arsenal. They have to win this game. But let's talk about everything that happened today. Man City winning 2-1. It was not the best performance. It was not the greatest and easiest game for Man City, but that's how people who are playing to be champions play. I mean, I'm not trying to say that Arsenal are not still favourites. I think they are still favourites, but it's starting to look very, very dicey. It's starting to look like it's wobbling for Arsenal because this is what I was going to say about the game against Wolves. If they manage to find a way to win that game 2-1, I would say the same thing. That's the champions mentality. That's the way a team that's supposed to win titles will play. Because even if it's going to look like the opponent could possibly equalize, you find a way to grind out your 3 points. Find a way to always grind out those 3 points. But Arsenal in the last 2 games have failed to do that. That's what might cost them this season. And this game against Arsenal is going to be against Tottenham is going to be so important. Today we saw Newcastle put a really really good a really really good display against Man City. I mean, towards the end of the game, it looked like Newcastle could find a way to win. And when I was watching the game, it just reminded me a bit of the Wolves and Arsenal game because I'm like, anything can happen at any time. But somehow, Man City found a way to make sure that they did not concede. Yes, Pope came out and I was like, bro, anything could happen here. Like, I could see Newcastle equalizing, but Man City, like I said, found a way. So honestly, like, brilliant game from Man City. So first and foremost, in this game we saw Nico O'Reilly put Man City ahead early in the game. I think it was a brilliant finish. Yes, Nick Pope got a hand to it, but it was just not enough. A really brilliant finish, and I have to say that basically that first shot showed that Nico O'Reilly can be a really good player on his day, and I think he's settled into the Man City team. Right now, he's starting almost every game. It shows how important Pep finds him. It shows how important he is to this team. So ultimately, I think Nico O'Reilly has shown up today and has done a fantastic job scoring that goal. And obviously, like at some point, Newcastle equalized, and at that point, I'm sure Arsenal fans were so happy. Like, yes, at least somebody's going to bring these guys down a bit. And I think it was a good goal. Yes, it took a deflection, and unfortunately, Donnarumma was not able to save it. But ultimately, a goal is a goal, and that's what's important. But before the first half ended, Man City were like, nope, we're going to find a way to score. And I looked at the replay, and I have to say that Newcastle did almost everything right for that one. It was just a brilliant run from Haaland. And that was able to just split the defense. And you know Haaland and being offside, like he just finds a way to stay onside at almost all times, and it was just a perfect run, a perfect cross, and O'Reilly was right there to head it into the other side of the net. So honestly, fantastic first half, but you can see in the second half that there were chances for both sides, and Newcastle towards the end of the game especially looked like they were going to find a way to get a result in this one. But ultimately, sometimes you're so good, you're so fantastic, but Man City found a way to grind out the results, and that's what's important in terms of what this game is all about. So now we have a 2 point gap. Guys, 2 points is not going to be a simple gap to extend. If anybody knows anything about Man City, when they're in a title race from February and March, you know it's going to be extremely difficult to keep them at bay. Look at the last few seasons. Liverpool won the league last season. Man City were nowhere close, so it was never a real problem for them. And Liverpool blew the whole league away. Arsenal were the closest, but at this point last season, I think it was a 14-point or 12-point gap or something. So it was not 2 points. So there was no chance that Arsenal were going to come back. Now, in the season where Liverpool won in 2020, Liverpool were flying. Like before the break, based on the lockdown, they were flying, and there was no way Man City were going to catch them. So that is, to me, the only way you can find a way to beat City. And I think Arsenal were doing a very good job at that for the beginning of the season till now. But if you've played 7 games and won 10 points, I'm sorry. That cannot be the form you need to get into a title race or win a title. So Arsenal's remontada has to start now. Arsenal have to start winning games, and I think it may sound crazy, and I think the problem is we don't know if Arsenal have the mentality for this. If Arsenal are going to win the league, I think they have to win all 11 games now. Starting from Tottenham, they have to win all 11 games, including City. Because if City beat them, it's done. If City beat them, it's done. And like I said in one of my last videos, Arsenal, when they're going to the Etihad, they have to go there for 3 points. You can't go there as a team that's thinking, oh, we're on top, let's just not lose. I heard Declan Rice say something like, if you can't win, make sure you don't lose. While I understand that, you're in a title race with Man City. There's nothing like if you cannot win. You have to win. There's no other option. You must win. So I don't know how Arsenal are going to do it. But like I said, this next game is going to be extremely important. They play Tottenham. And Tottenham, new manager bounce, it's possible. I mean, Tottenham have been horrendous this season. There's no reason why a Big Six team should be 16th. I said it when they sacked Thomas Frank. You can't be a Big Six team and have one in front of your 6 and be 16th. It is unbelievable. It is terrible. But one thing about Igor Tudor is that he wins when he first starts his terms at any club that he's coming into. Now, he seems like a manager that you bring in just to save a season or just to, give you a good, small, boost in form. But clearly, this is going to be a very important game for him because he does not want to start on a losing start. He wouldn't want to start losing. That is just the worst way to start. And like I said, new manager bounce. He came here to save Tottenham. And if you're losing this game, you're not doing a very good job at saving Tottenham. Yes, there's still going to be 11 games for them to play, but like I said, it really cannot be anything but a win for them. So this game is now a very important one because Manchester City have won their game. Arsenal need to win. Tottenham need to win. So there's nobody going into this game looking for a draw. I know Tottenham will probably be happier with a draw, but there's nobody going into this game looking for a draw. And like I said, normally Arsenal will always beat Tottenham at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, but the context of this game is a bit different. And with the way Arsenal have dropped points to Brentford away, also dropped points to Wolves away, Tottenham could be a draw, and they do not need that. And even after this game, they play Chelsea. Yes, Chelsea dropped points today, but Chelsea is still a very decent side on their day. So, like I said, if Arsenal are going to win this league, they have to win all their matches. That's just it. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what you guys think. I think that this is going to go down to the wire. But I think if Arsenal don't win tomorrow, the league is done. I think Man City will win the league. But let me know what you think in the comments. Do you think Arsenal will find a way? Do you think they're going to beat Tottenham? Do you think Man City will find a way and win all their remaining games? What do you think happens also in the Man City versus Arsenal game? Because that's going to be a very, very important game for the title race. But that's all I have to say for today's video. Make sure you like, share with a friend, leave a comment. Let me know what you think about this in general. Let me know what you think about the state of the Premier League title race. Let me know what you think about the presentation in general. And before you leave, make sure you subscribe and watch one of these videos. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.